Hi, thanks for coming tonight. My name is Margie Ward, and I would like to talk to you about foster care and aging out. First of all, I'd like to start out with how many of you were financially independent at age 18? Out on your own, paying your own bills. I can tell you, for one, I was not one of them. I worked 2 part-time jobs, and I put my own gas in my car, and I paid my car insurance and my own spending money, but I was very dependent on my parents, both financially and emotionally, at age 18. So I'd like to talk to you about foster care and take a minute to think about those youth that have lost their families through the foster care process and don't have any attempt of going back home, and what that means when they age out, when they turn 18, and what we can do to help them. So first of all, foster care is a state government that is a safety net for children who have been removed from their home for neglect or abuse. And the ultimate goal is to work with those families to correct those issues and get the children back home. However, that doesn't always happen, and some kids stay in the foster care system indefinitely. If they don't get reunited at home, the next goal is to get them adopted and put into a permanent placement home. Generally, the teens that we have in the system don't always get adopted out, and so they just remain in the system. And for several reasons, again, youth tend to get moved from house to house to house through the foster care system. So they just experience loss so much between losing their families, maybe siblings, friends, homes, and then they go into the foster care system and they may get moved from house to house, but also sometimes schools, and so that's a change in school and friends again. It's a very difficult process for our teens in the system. With that being said, according to the foster care analysis reporting system, 30,000 youth age out, meaning when they turn 18, they're done. They don't have the financial support from the foster care system. They no longer can stay in the foster care home. They're done, and that forces many of them back into the same environment or homes that they were removed from. Only 3% earn a college degree. By age 24, less than half of them are employed. 37% of them are homeless or couch surfed. Couch surfing meaning they go from friend to friend, whoever they know, and they just sleep on the couch for the night and go on somewhere else because they have nowhere to go. 30% are incarcerated, and many experience health problems, and 85 experience mental health issues from the abuse or neglect that they experienced when they were children. And a new growing problem is identity theft, which they're not generally aware that their identity has been stolen until they are out on their own at 18. The state does not monitor their credit reports, and when they're sent to a foster care home, they get the foster parents also get their social security numbers, and when they're moved several times, you can imagine how many hands that ends up in, and it just ends up being quite an issue for them, and they generally don't know until they apply for a car loan, college loans, or even just an apartment, and they're denied. And I don't know if any of you have ever experienced that or have known anybody to experience that, but it is quite an ordeal to figure it out by yourself. So with that being said, how can we help these youth? First of all, you can become a foster parent, and I would strongly suggest you research that a little bit because it's not for everyone. So for those of us that it is not for, Michigan has a new program that they started in 2011 called Michigan Mentors Program. And what that is the state works with individuals and church members to become mentors to children in the foster care system that are ages 14 and older. And it's basically sharing your time and resources with these kids. Many of them have not had an opportunity to build a trusting relationship with anybody, including sometimes their foster parents, and they generally see their caseworkers 1 to 2 times a month if they're lucky. So the Bible teaches us in Deuteronomy 15:11, for they will never cease to be poor in the land. Therefore I command you, you shall open your hands wide to your brother, to the needy and the poor in your land. That's a command. He's not asking us. He's commanding us to do something. That's something we have to do. Again, in John 15:12, it says, "This is my command, that you love one another as I have loved you." So basically, I'm asking you to take a minute to stop and think, what do you have to offer our youth? Maybe just helping them with cooking, or teaching them how to do laundry, balancing a checkbook, just going to lunch and being someone that they can confide in, someone that they can trust. A lot of times these relationships will last a lifetime, and it's not asking you to spend a lot of money or do anything. It's basically a few hours of your time a month would bless these kids more than you know, and by blessing them, you in turn would be blessed. And again, I'd like you to remember that the Lord commanded us to help them. So I would like you to take a minute and remember how hard it was growing up with a caring and loving family intact, and then I would also like you to count your blessings and then share them. God commanded us to love one another. Thanks for coming.